Hello and welcome to Mainline Baits Carp Fishing TV. Today you join me down Northfield Lake in Ringwood. It's a beautiful, mature 25-acre gravel pit with a really good stock of fish. There's quite a number of good 30s in here, there's a handful of 40s and there's a lot of backup 20s. The lake itself has got some cracking features in it. It's got some nice sort of islands out in the middle, plateaus coming off the islands, a spit, some bays, and there's a large roped off area around to my left at the moment, which the fish seem to be holding up in at the moment as well. I got down here early this morning to see what was free and if I could see any fish. I'd done a good couple of laps, there was a few swims taken, and after a good few hours of wandering about, I've actually come round to the furthest point you can physically get to on the lake, called Caravan. This swim offers some great features. It's got a couple of islands out in front of me, and the main feature really is round to the left, which I said earlier is that roped off area. But the main reason of coming around here, we've seen a couple of fish in here earlier on. There was a guy in here last night, unfortunately he didn't have anything, but it's the only signs of fish we've seen. So, things are looking good so far. I'm gonna get the rods out, find some nice spots, and hopefully, over my 2 nights here, I'll be able to catch a couple of carp. Right, first things first, I need to lead up and find my spots. And I'm doing my left-hand rod first, which is against this roped off area to my left, the sanctuary. And it's a bit of a tricky cast because there's a tree overhanging and you're not allowed to wade in this swim, no wading down the margin or anything. So it makes it a bit difficult, and the fish definitely know they're safe behind this area. So being as tight as you can and being as safe as you can is very important, but I've got it probably about 4 foot off. I'll just see what that's like again. That's the one. Beautiful. Good depth around there as well, actually. And you get a nice pullback, nice silty area. That will do for 2 rods perfectly. Oh, some pea gravel. Beautiful. Oh, that is on the money. Beautiful, right. That one's clipped up, out in the mid-water. Just off the plateau. I've got 2 clipped ready to get round to the left-hand corner. Hopefully that'll do. Spot on. Right, mid-afternoon now, and I haven't really seen anything for quite a while, which has now given me the perfect opportunity to get my baiting done and make a bit of disturbance. Doing my left-hand rod at the moment, round the corner, which is quite a tricky cast, so bear with me 1 second. Oh, go on. I hope that opened, because that was bang on, go on. Yes. But made a nice little mix up. Just started off with ever faithful tiger nuts. Good couple of handfuls of them in there. Then following that, I wanted to make it a nice little particle mix really, so I added hemp and sweet corn, and gave that a good old mix about. And I want to make it real. It's a good mix on its own, that, but I want to make a good, nice attractive mix. So I added some nice 10mm boilies and just a good hook bait option. I put in a few handfuls of 15mm. Bear with me. These casts got to be bang on. It's quite tricky. Flick around the corner this. Perfect. Now that open up. And yeah, just to sort of stodge it all up then, I added a nice amount of boilie crumb, sail boilie crumb on top of that. Gave it a good old mix, and just to really get much out of the mix as I possibly can with the traction, I added a nice amount of sail and cream smart liquid to really just boost everything out and really stodge it up to make it nice and heavy. But gonna get the rest of this out there, and then hopefully get the rods out and sit on my hands all evening, nice and quiet, and hopefully the fish will drift back into my area. Perfect. Well, spodding's all out of the way now, and I like putting spoddings out before putting rigs out on lakes like this, which aren't weedy. Just if it's windy like today, if spoddings are going a bit wayward, I can put my rigs on the wayward spoddings accordingly. But as it happened, everything went out pretty sweet, so I'm going to try and do the same with these. Yeah, that's the one. Could do better. That's the one. Lovely. Right, we are fishing. Fingers crossed for some action through the night. Well, it's 8:30 now, and not a lot has really happened. It's been a very quiet night. Had a couple of little liners, but it's just been really quiet this morning. I have seen a few up on the left in the out of bounds up on the hill bit, looking into the roped off area, and I've got a feeling there could be quite a few fish all stacked up in the out of bounds. But the weather's meant to be improving a little bit, so hopefully might get down in the bay later, and it might be a stalking opportunity. But for now, I'm going to sit, watch the water, and if any other signs are telling me to, oh, liner, might be staying put. But yeah, any other signs sort of telling me to move, we might do a move. But I'm going to stay put for the time being. Hopefully, hatch a plan for later. Right, whilst it's a bit quiet, I thought I'd run you through the presentation I'm using this session. I'm sure you're familiar with it. It's the spinner rig. If you're not, we're going to put a link in the description to a video where I show you how to tie it. Right, here it is, my ever faithful spinner rig setup. There's many reasons why I like using this rig, but probably the main reason is that it's so versatile and I can use either a wafter or a pop-up. So this is perfect for my fishing situation. I can fish it over a nice clear bottom, or if I want it popped up slightly over the silt, I can use a pop-up. I'm feeding sail boilies, so I've gone down sort of the match a hatch approach. Well, almost. I'm matching the flavour, but I've got slightly brighter coloured hook baits on. I've got 2 rods at the moment. I've got sail wafters. The other one is on a sail pop-up, just to stand out slightly over the silty bottom. On all 3 rods though, I've still got my spinner rig set up. And I've done this so if one rod starts producing more fish, say on a pop-up, I can change all 3 quickly and easily over to a pop-up and not have to change my rigs over. So that's the rigs and hook baits I'm using for this session. It is proving to be a little bit tough so far, but I'm super confident in the setup I'm using at the moment, and I'm sure given the opportunity, I'll be able to put a fish on the bank. Right, going to get the rods out for this evening. I wound in slightly earlier than what I normally would have done, and we went down the bank into the little day swim, and I catapulted just a few 10-millers along the lovely margin there, just on the off chance that tomorrow we might be able to get a bite out on there, on that margin strip. But for now, I'm going to get the rods out. I'm going to put a couple of spoms out just on the right-hander. Not going to go mad with it, just a little top up just in case something had been eating it through last night. And on the left-hander, I'm going to go up on the bank and I'm going to actually catapult some boilies just off the bank, so nice and quiet, disturbance to a minimum, and get those 2 rods out. And yeah, be nice and quiet for this evening. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get a bite tonight.
Right, nice little spread of those 2 rods. All traps are now set. Bring on the car. Well, it's been a hectic morning. Had a couple of bites at first light. Had a little common, which was quickly followed by this lovely 27.4 common. Cracking fish. The conditions are proper good at the moment. I was confident last night of a bite, and yeah, having 2 bites this morning, it's been brilliant. But it's looking good at the moment, and there could definitely be another bite before packing up later. So that's the end of the session. Time for me to pack up and head home. It's been a tough 48 hours really, and especially the first 24. Didn't think it was going to happen. I'm so pleased I managed to get a couple of bites this morning. I'm really made up actually. But if you have liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please hit the notification button so you don't miss any future videos. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. But I'm gonna get packed up. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.